painted in such a bad light, and like we would be here, like the surrounding area. If you can just pan a little bit, like this whole area, thousands of people, and not went anywhere, and something happened like on the other side of town, and they were like, it was the protesters, looters and rioters.
No, we were
I'm
all
like,
down here like we
we're
are
really
every
just
day.
like really right
And we were
down
on
here.
camera, by the way. Just look at our live
By the
streams.
police station.
Right.
That's really right there. I don't even think people understand how gangster the protest
do a
was,
little,
because
like
the
a
police
show,
is right
'cause there's
there.
the
Like,
jail
we
right
was
there,
really
the-
at their lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if that was a house, we're in their front yard.
Corrections,
Like, yo, what up?
courthouse,
Yep.
police station.
Mayor, sheriff.
Federal
just
building.
surrounded
You
by
know
the
what I'm saying?
government.
Like, we was right here. So
The seat of government.
the live streamers definitely were I definitely can say the backbone of the movement, because amplifying voices that probably would not get heard. The news usually picks people that they think can voice under their standards. Sometimes you gotta cuss. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes you gotta make your fucking point.
Yeah, sometimes
fucking
yeah,
right.
just like that. Yeah, they even have to
We're
kill
not worried
him, you
about
know
the
what I'm saying?
FCC over here today.
Yeah, definitely. So I think everybody can be appreciative to live streamers. You know, some people didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, nothing's perfect. You know what I'm saying? But I honestly can say genuinely, their whole team has done their absolute damn best to raise the awareness of everything that happened from then and now and outside of here. People need to understand that the live streamers live stream outside of the movement too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just follow their personal pages and you'll see like they tackle other agendas, other things that happen across the city. So definitely want to give them their roses when they're ready. You get a rose. You get a rose. You get a rose. Everyone gets a rose.
I want a damn sunflower.
Look under your chair.
We had some big ones
I
and
know,
then
we
they took
did.
them down. That was
We had
huge.
huge
It's probably the biggest
That's what I
sunflower I've
said.
ever
They were
seen.
beautiful.
I got 2 packets of the seeds from those.
I do too. I have one pack.
Thanks
Yo,
to
I'm gonna need to
Beargrass
put
Thunder.
like
over
3
on
down
the
in each one. So they can
We
sprout
had
like
some
a big
flowers in our
stalk.
front yard that came from here.
Yeah, they were
I think
beautiful.
one thing we need to remember before we end, Rolf, is there are people who did not survive to do these interviews, and those
Exactly.
are the ones who we want to commemorate, and the ones that we want to celebrate, and the ones we want to mourn. The first and foremost of which is Breonna Taylor.
Exactly.
That was the reason that we all came here. She was the reason that the world went on fire last year. And there were other names, and those names will be said again and again. But to us, the reason for being for a very long time has been Breonna Taylor, and dedicating the lives that we all know to justice for her, which has still not been served. And we also have to remember Yahya, David McAtee, certainly Chris Smith, Chris Rock, who live streamed David's death and later died. Tyler Girth, an amazing photographer who documented the protests and was shot and killed right here at the square, 50 feet away from where we're sitting. And our young king, Travis Notch,
Keep going.
who we memorialized forever in our hearts as a 20-year-old curly-haired helicopter-winged
Walking megaphone.
amazing man,
Yes.
and who we
God, I
all
miss
love
him.
and miss
Chance the
so very
Rapper.
much.
Chance the Rapper. That's right.
Very powerful words, Tara.
Definitely.
Appreciate that.
And I think that's something a lot of people don't realize here in Louisville. We did lose a lot of people. We lost a lot of people, and it definitely started with Breonna, and we became a family. So like when we took these hits, it was hard, but we kept going. We kept going, and we keep going because that's what I feel like. That's what Breonna would want us to do. Yahya would want us to do. Chris would want us to do. Travis, every single person that we lost. I just feel like that's what they, and I know that's what they would want us to do because that was their message as well, and that we all live by, and most of us have tattooed on us, keep going, and so, I don't know, man, it's a different experience, and it was life-changing for a lot of us, and I got so many brothers now that have my back, and sisters, and just, we're family, I can't speak on other cities, but I can say here in Louisville, we definitely grew into a huge family, which, you know, sometimes had dysfunctions and sometimes had great times, and so, you know, but we did it, and we're still doing it, and we're not going anywhere, you know, and we're going to be on their toes until things change here. And I think live streaming is going to definitely, and has played a part in that, you know what I mean? Because we got the Metro stuff, hell, even LMP's live streaming now, so like, you know.
And they definitely did that because of us.
Yes.
I vividly remember.
Yes.
And they
Remember
deleted
first
the
day,
video.
We were like, what?
They
in the
deleted
hell?
the video.
Yeah.
You remember? I think it was Angry Viking or whatever his name
Yep.
was. Okay, they came down here, pressed the protesters, was trying to act super tough. I caught him down there at the end, tried to fight him. He didn't want to fight. But so the police had it barricaded off. I think it was the 3%ers or something.
No, it was the new. Wasn't it the Nulu BLM takeover when they set up the? Yeah, when they
That's
set up
what
the
I
dining room
thought.
table.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the day I think we first saw the LMP.
It
the
came
live
out there.
streamers.
But it wasn't even like a beat cop or like somebody that like take notes at the desk and passes papers. It was like a major. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like it was a major. It was literally Major Humphreys.
Yes,
He's right
it
here.
was Major
And they had it barricaded to make it look like the 3%ers and us were at war. And we were all over here cooking and doing what we do. And they're down there barricaded with guns and everything. And I go down there literally dressed like, you know what I'm saying, Assassin's Creed. I go over there and I'm like, yo, is it a problem? Because, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever, you know? And they was like, no, it ain't no problem. We're here to protect y'all. And I was like, well, if y'all protecting us, why y'all barricaded over here? So they go to like put their arms down, walk over there with us. The police comes out of nowhere. Major Humphreys like this. And he was like, if they go over there, we're going to lock all of them up for inciting a riot. So they were painting the picture like we were at war down here. And I'm like, bro, we don't even know them, like at all. They was people come down to protest. We don't even know them. Never had a problem with them. You know what I'm saying? Probably took one of their parking spots at Walmart before. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody ever seen, like, these people that was coming down here to protest, like, they probably never have interacted with none of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think, and like I said, live streaming, that it was,
Yeah.
hello, we got you.
It brought the protest right to your people's living rooms. And
Literally.
So many people. I mean, I remember we had a young lady come up and she was from the Hollers. And she was like, you remember that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. But Michelle, yeah, she came and she was just like, she's like, you know, where I'm at, everybody's racist. You know, and I still have a relationship with her and we still talk and she's like, yeah. And she's always telling me, she's like, you know, she goes, you know what I did different this time is I'm not putting up with this stuff. You know, I told people, I've had people leave my house, I've left places because where she's at, it's just engulfed with racism. So when she came up here, I mean, she was like, it was a deer in the headlights, you know what I mean? She just loved it. Like she got to know Chris, she got to know everybody. Like, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see so many. It brought so many great people, but then occasionally it brought you know.
The
And we
few.
dealt with them, and we dealt with it.
The
you know?
few.
So, you know.
I want to wrap it up with this last question. For anybody that's watching this that's maybe considering being a live streamer or getting into independent media, do you all have any advice for them on how to get started?
Holler at us.
Pick your phone up
We'll
and push
take you
live.
out.
You definitely need relationships.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
That's
Because you know that each one of them, and I actually do camera work for a living, but I haven't live streamed. I regret that. But each one of them has different resources that the other one might not have, but that doesn't mean each one of their resources is not as strong as the other ones.
Right.
So having these relationships, and especially in the camera world period, helps you a long way. They can let you know what gimbal to use, what camera to use, what angle to shoot in, what shutter speed, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things you need to know, battery pack, setups, whatever. Definitely reach out to them. That'd be the
Lessons
best thing
I'm
I
still
said.
learning.
Exactly.
I just talked to him. I was like, because I just started a podcast on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, I need you to help me do some like graphic stuff. I was like, because I learned how to do StreamYard. That was a miracle.
looks great.
It does. It looks really good. But yeah, I mean, even right now, like I forgot my mic, so you know we'd help each other with equipment. They've taught me how to. Remember when we had my first gimbal lessons? We had the first gimbal lesson. Oh, that was hilarious.
That was after
Jason.
we did the radio show.
Yeah, after the radio show. And we, you know, I don't know, man.
You know, one of the things that I think is important to answer your question, because we haven't
yeah,
answered any
'cause
of your questions.
I know,
we
my
keep making
bad.
up our own questions, but nonetheless, is developing relationships not only with people who know about live streaming, but developing relationships, period.
Yeah.
knowing who to reach out to, relationships within your city,
Yeah.
within
Knowing who to reach out to and letting everyone else know that they can reach out to you.
yeah.
Well, when we had we had a live streamer, and I won't mention their name, but we had a live streamer go to another state. And and at first she was like, I don't know, but then a couple of us were able to make phone calls and get the other live streamers around that person, and same thing here. Other live streamers reached out to us, but it's very important. Don't go in with this like, I know everything and I got this, get to know people. It's definitely building. You cannot be a live streamer without building relationships, and I think that's the perk of being a live streamer, because it gives you that opportunity to kind of put that phone there and be like, hey, let me talk to you. Be humble. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to mess up a lot. Your feeds are going to drop all the time. You're going to be doing important stuff. Just keep up and keep going like nothing even happened. Even when I was interviewing one of our people that are going to be running for mayor, Bishominka. My camera went down, but I just started it right back up. That happens all the time. Be patient, humble, and ask lots of questions.
And learn.
Read, yeah.
Listen to other news, listen to other live streamers, pay attention and be a good listener. Because we've been talking a whole lot, but during the course of the work that we do, I listen more than anything. And that's what I learned so much just from listening to Chris, and listening to the folks from Banner. And I would never contradict Chris under any circumstances, but I am going to contradict him when he said the 502 live streamers were the backbone of the movement. Protesters were the backbone of the movement. We may have been the glue that helped stick it all together, but the bodies that came after day after day after day were the absolute backbone of the movement. And I have such respect and such tremendous gratitude that I was able to document that part of history.
Yeah, I feel like the live streamers were kind of like the megaphone of the movement.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's like first thing Summer said when you asked that question, which I'm not sure that anybody heard, was just pick up your phone and go live. Like, that's really how simple it is. That's how we found ourselves in the positions that we were in. Pick up your phone, go live anytime you see something that's wrong. Anytime you see a cop stop anybody, go live. Record them. Make them uncomfortable. Make them know that they're being watched. Aside from that, it's just kind of a crash course from there. But the one bit of advice that I would definitely give is film in horizontal. Film in landscape mode.
I'm learning that.
All right? It gives a wider frame. You can see more, especially if you're out live streaming something as important as like a protest. You want that wider frame so you can see as much as possible. So yeah, please, live stream, landscape, horizontal, always.
Appreciate that. When I started, I was told the other thing, and I was doing it like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's landscape. So yeah, good call.
Your work is great, Rolf. Thank you.
Appreciate
We
you so much.
appreciate you. You do a lot of in-depth reporting, and you take time and you really explore your topics. And I always enjoy watching your live streams. So thank you.
And you don't mind if other people just take over your your
You
own
don't mind if
interview.
other crazy people just take over your live stream.
You're like, just go with it.
Hey, that's it. Sometimes that's all it's about is, holding the cameras. You never know what's going to happen. Just keep rolling.
And speaking of
and it's
moving
usually
from
going to end up better than what you planned anyways,
Yeah.
most of the time.
speaking of moving from protest to policy, it's fascinating that you have moved into the work that you're doing now. So we're really proud of you for doing that too. Thank you.
Just try to get in where I can fit in, I guess. So,
No, that's right.
Awesome.
So let's just wrap this up and let people know how to follow you individually and as a page. I'll start with you, Jared.
If you just go to rightheart.com, it will get you to all of the many platforms that we utilize. So just go to rightheart.com and all the information's there.
All right, Summer.
You can follow me on Summer Dickerson on Facebook. You can also follow, I have a public page and a private page, but both of them are open. And then you can also follow my new podcast on YouTube. It's Hot Mess Real Talk with Summer Dickerson. And yeah, I'm always live doing everything.
I've got 5 or 6 Facebook platforms from Tara Bassett, David from Tara Bassett Live, Puppy Pack Adventures, and then of course the 502 live streamers. I've also got the Tara Bassett Live on Instagram, Take It to Tara on Twitter, and Tara Bassett Live on YouTube, which is building. And like Summers and my YouTube pages, because we've got to get to viewers in order to go live on our phones. So please go and subscribe to our YouTubes because we can only do desktop publishing right now.
Well, yeah, because Facebook is like being weird. They're like trying to stop us from doing what we're doing. But on YouTube, you know, you can, and you have, like she said, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers. So I'm at 349. Come on,
There you go. Yeah, I'm about there too.
YouTube, that's a whole big topic for another
And
day.
Maxwell Mitchell, obviously, you know, Maxwell Mitchell's got his pages. I know that Shay Kay has her pages. I don't think Jason's really doing a lot of live streaming, but you can always go back and renew last year's excitement because I share my memories as they come up every day, and there's a lot of Jason on those. You know, John Cherry, of course, watch all his stuff, John Cherry Photography, and Antonio T-Made Taylor, who has a new thing with iHeartMedia, so he's going to be doing Real Talk with T-Made on iHeartMedia.
And Teammates also got Hip Hop Into Learning, which is the nonprofit that he and his partner run. And the Real Young Prodigies do a lot of stuff through that.
Yep.
Shay K's got Shay Shay Media. Maxwell, like you said, has got I think 2 different personal pages. He's also got like Maxwell Sounds and Sounds of the Week, I think. Yeah, I mean, you know, John Cherry, I think it's just Cherry Photography. Cherry Tree.
It's John Cherry Photography.
Is it now John
on
Cherry
Facebook,
Photography?
yeah.
John Cherry Photography
Yeah.
on Facebook.
He's really
Yeah.
famous.
So, yeah, we all got platforms. They're all out there. And if you go to the 502 Live Streamers website, is still up. Maybe for a limited time, we'll see. But it is still up. You can go to 502livestreamers.live, and then click on the crew, and it'll list all of us. You click on our face, and it'll take you to our platforms.
And send press releases if you want us to cover your events because those can go to Facebook or they can go to the website, livestreamers.live page. Thanks, Rob.
And Jason will come. So maybe another day. All right, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all time. I appreciate y'all work. I try to watch all of y'all as much as I can. I try to rotate because I see your all's lives come up and it's like, well, watched Tara yesterday, I'm gonna watch Jared today, you know, watch Summer tomorrow, you know. So, but yeah, you all do amazing work, and you're doing big things for the city, and I'm anxious to see your all's work in the future as well. And anytime you all want to work together, let's do it.
Us to you. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Woo woo!
Good job, guys.
Freeway. Hit the
Freeway!
freeway.
Hit the motherfucking freeway!
Hey, it's Chris Willow, TMZ. So you guys are out here.